and this is my review of Oddsock's production of Romeo and Juliet. I must say, starting this review, that I'm not a huge fan of Romeo and Juliet as a piece of literature. I acknowledge what it did for storytelling and the genre that it pretty much defines, but I don't personally like it. As a very harsh critic, I find several plot holes and issues with the characters. But as pre-stated, I do acknowledge its successes, and it is one of Shakespeare's well-known plays. So, when I found out that Oddsocks, who I love their work. I've been to see several productions of them before. I saw the Steampunk Macbeth, which was amazing, and Much Ado About Nothing, which I didn't really know much about before, and came out really liking it actually. But as I said, when I found out they were doing Romeo and Juliet, I was very intrigued because there are two things I don't really like and one thing I do really like coming together. And I thought that Oddsocks could make me enjoy it with their use of honestly really good music. And I was right. I did really enjoy it actually. I love some of the adaptations that they've done to it. Like with the Capulets being rock and the Montagues being mods, and having the whole mods and rockers Brighton theme, which I thought was really clever. However, I'm still really annoyed that I wasn't sat on the Capulet side because, as you can see, AC/DC, SG, Iron Maiden. I'm a huge rock fan. Actually went to see Iron Maiden a couple of weeks ago, and they were amazing. So yeah, I was sat on the wrong side, which was mildly irritating, but anyway. I loved I know this was a very minor thing and it wasn't really addressed, but on the door of the Capulets rock club, there was a load of altered bands: Iron Maiden, Jack Sabbath. Me and my friend were laughing our eyes out. They were absolutely hilarious. I love my Iron Maiden. I love my AC/DC. I love my Black Sabbath. I love my Guns N' Roses. And because I love all of those bands, and because of the adaptations that Oddsocks made, I got invested in the story. I'd struggled before because of all the little plot holes that annoy me in so many other things. But with the music, it took my mind off it. I wasn't thinking about it. I was just thinking about how great these adaptations were, how much I love these songs, and how much they work. It's insane how well these songs go with the play so well. And I'm so annoyed that nobody's thought of doing it before. It's great. I didn't really pick up on many criticisms throughout the whole thing. I think, like, if there was one, it was... I forgot any of my notes, because I took notes while watching it, but I can't really think of, like, anything. I think what I most marvelled at was not the ability to get me invested as a very harsh critic. It was to somehow make the tragic moments, like Romeo's death, funny. Like, Romeo, in his death, had a lot of comedic qualities when he was, like, lying around coughing, which sounds really sad, but the way it was portrayed, it was really funny. I have no idea how they did that, and it was so interesting. Like, however, not only did that work, but it also made the tragic moments even more tragic when they weren't being played for comedy. But when you let it sink in, it really, really worked. I also think the constant fourth wall breakings were really funny, and when, like, when like they were saying like Capulets and Montagues when Romeo and Juliet died and everybody kept shouting rock and mod and they were getting really annoyed. That was hilarious. I thought it was really well put together. I loved the musical additions. And I think another thing, actually, it really did remind me of In Much Ado About Nothing, where the villains sang Creep by Radiohead. It was a really good addition, and it not only made me remember the things, the plot and motivations really well, and it was the same here. It's like I remember them singing "Sweet Child of Mine" when they fell in love, and that was really, really well done. So yeah, overall, I did really like the play. I thought it was really, really good adaptation. Had a lot of good things going for it, and yeah, I thought it was really good. I couldn't think of anything that was wrong with it, and well, apart from the original script. But then again, the music made me overlook that, and I thought it was a great adaptation that had loads of things going for it, and it paid off really well. So yeah, I really loved it.